Hey guys, welcome to oddsmarket.com. Martin Green is on the line here. We're going to take a look at La Liga outrights. Obviously, La Liga has taken a little bit of a break. They resume next weekend. So we're going to take a look at those all-important outrights. Who is priced to win? Is there any value to be made? Who's going to be relegated? You name it. Just trying to find some value here. Any bets that we can place a bet on. But Martin, thanks for coming on the show.
Hi Natalie, thanks for having me. It's not been much Spanish football on at the moment, which is a bit of a dampener for Spanish fans, but very excited that it's all back up and running from next week.
Yeah. I have to say because today we're previewing obviously Serie A, Bundesliga, and La Liga. La Liga is the only league which has sort of a little bit of value if you did want to play the favorite, and so far the favorite is Real Madrid at 1.53. All the others are sort of incredibly low, like 1.1, something like that. Now there's only 3 points between Real Madrid and then Barcelona. So Real Madrid are priced 1.53 and then Barcelona 2.75. First question is it between these two teams?
I think so, yes. I think it is a two-horse race. These are the big two of Spain. Atletico Madrid have made it a three-horse race in the past few years, but they're a bit out of sorts this season, and I think they've got too big a gap to make up. So it is between these two big sides, and I think Real Madrid can do it.
Yeah, funnily enough, though, Sevilla has taken over Atletico Madrid's sort of place as that sort of the third leg. They're only 33 points, just 1 point behind Barcelona. Yet them to win is 151. Such a difference. Clearly,
Amazing.
The bookies aren't going by points here, and obviously their capability to actually sort of win the La Liga. Would you take a stab on a long shot like Sevilla, or is there sort of no chance?
Not for me, I'm afraid, no.
Yeah.
I think the reputation of Barcelona and Real Madrid does precede them. I think Sevilla's problem for the last few seasons has always been their away form. You look at the home and away tables this year, they would be top if it was just home games that counted, but they dropped too many points on the road. The bet I actually really like the look of in La Liga is for Atletico to win it without Real Madrid and Barcelona. You can get 1.85 on that. Atletico are 5 points behind Sevilla at the moment, but I think they can make up the gap over the second half of the season. So I think Sevilla will fall out of the top three eventually.
I know. I was actually surprised to see, because obviously Atletico Madrid are in sixth, yet without Real Madrid and Barcelona, they're the favourite to become third. So out of Sevilla, Real Madrid, and Real Sociedad, all who have more points than Atletico Madrid, you think Atletico Madrid will do it?
I think so, yeah. If you just look at the past few seasons, this Atletico Madrid side has finished well ahead of those other teams. And player for player, they're by far the better team. They've been a bit out of sorts in the first half of the season, but I was looking at their fixture list before this video, and they've got a pretty good next month or two ahead of them. A lot of relatively comfortable games, and I think by the time they host Barcelona in February, they could already have overtaken Sevilla by then.
Yeah, and that's also something to look at as well. Like you said, look at the sort of upcoming fixtures as well. Now, let's move on. Relegation market, and Sporting Gijon in 18th presents some value here, 1.72. Are they going to follow Granada and Osasuna?
I think so, yeah, unfortunately for Sporting Gijon fans. I know they're right down there with Valencia, but of the two, I would expect Valencia to pull away. Leganes are down there in 16th. They're 4.5 to be relegated, so they might be looking nervously over their shoulder because they could get dragged into it. But yeah, I think teams like Valencia are a bit too good and should get themselves out of trouble there. I would be looking at Sporting Gijon as my top tip there, with maybe a small stake on Leganes as well, just to offset it.
Yeah. So what would you say is the value bet right now that we can take for La Liga?
My favourite bet is Atletico without Real Madrid and Barcelona. I do think that they have the ability to make up the difference on Sevilla and those other teams. Another bet that I think looks quite interesting is Ronaldo for top scorer. He's third favourite at the moment. He's got 10 goals, so he's two behind Messi and Suarez, who each have 12. You can get 3.25 on him. I think that looks a very good price. Luis Suarez won it last season, but Ronaldo's playing more and more like an out-and-out striker now that he's getting a bit older. He's not covering quite as much ground and just seems to be scoring at will. He just scored a hat-trick in the World Club Cup final, and yeah, I think he's looking good for that. He's played one fewer game than the other two, and I can see him giving a real good stab at that. So 3.25 looks good.
All right, fantastic stuff. Head on over to oddsmarket.com, check out Martin's article. Martin, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.